gonna do is I'm gonna take it.
What the f are you doing?
What's up, guys? We are continuing the world's longest swim series, and this is gonna be a bit of a weird video. This is not a strong moment for me, just because this is a £1,000 wetsuit, and it's absolutely immense. But I'm having to cut it up.
The f you say?
But for good reason. Let me explain.
Let me tell you something.
All right.
Let me tell you something.
So I'm not a fully grown human yet. I'm still waiting for my growth spurt. So when I'm buying a wetsuit, I need something that fits my chest and my shoulders and my arms, but my arms and legs are so short. So basically, Deboer, absolute legend. This is the new Norseman. As you can see, look at these. Oh, just like a sexy shark. I've been chatting to Alex, who's one of the co-founders, like absolute Jedi Grandmaster, just black belt when it comes to creating wetsuits. And he said, look Ross, what I'd recommend is you buy an XL so it fits the shoulders and arms, but then you cut the arms off. So that's where we're up to right now. People have been looking at me on the side, and it is a stunning wetsuit. But I'm having to cut it up, which I'm conflicted about, but needs must. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it for a test drive and just see how it handles. The reason I'm doing this in a pool as well is just because before I take it out into a lake, this feels so wrong. Before I take it out into a lake, I just wanna know what sort of speed, how it feels. As everybody will know who's followed me for a while, me and wetsuits have a bit of a love-hate relationship. Obviously, I've ended up in hospital with cellulitis, with chafing, and I'm kind of just in this constant pursuit of the perfect wetsuit, and I've become a kind of inadvertent expert in it. So that feels quite good. So this is me sort of trialing this one, which everybody has said they're so comfy. Also as well, Brent Hayden as well, just Olympic legend, sprint genius. He's been trialing these. There's a brilliant clip of him actually that I can play now where he does it in a flume and he's trialing the new Deboer wetsuit. So I like to think that I'm like a smaller, stubbier English Aquaman. Or as me and James and Elle were talking about, instead of Poseidon, Poseidon. I am Poseidon. So we're gonna put this on and see how it handles. This is £1,000 wetsuit test drive. You want to touch it?
Very different video. Turn the camera off.
I feel quick. You know, we were saying this is Poseidon.
Poseidon. There's the superhero suit.
I am Poseidon. That's how he would sound in my head.
I am Poseidon. Welcome to...
He's so hench, and he loves pie so much, and that's how he does. Hello.
Do you want a leaking potato pie?
That's how he sounds in my head. Fight on my gentleman part. Not bad, but not good either. Just tight.
That's how you achieve speed.
It is. See that guy in the lane next to him? I'm gonna have him. He doesn't know, but we are locked in a battle.
Yeah. Get the trident.
Yeah, just,
I guess it would be a pident, wouldn't it?
Oh, why are you so good at this? Pident.
I'm Poseidon and this is my pident.
This is sacrilege to some people to wear a wetsuit at a pool. So I apologise to the genuine swimmers. James, can you zip me up? Yeah. Outlines your Those people who know, trying to bed in a new wetsuit, this is tight. It's like wearing a industrially enforced condom on your entire body. Oh, does that make sense? An industrially enforced condom.
Yeah.
Not that you'd need one. I mean, I don't think...
Did you range by what?
But you know, I don't know what I meant by industrially enforced. Right. This is so warm. So this is going to be my genuine reaction. So like no warm up. We're just gonna swim. We're just gonna see how split times look, and just see how the sexy swimsuit handles. Wait, is it weird? Because of the, you know, the scales.
Yeah.
It feels. This is probably not for you. It feels quite nice on my testicles. What the? I don't know if that's a selling point that they need to put on the website.
Yeah. And we'll put it to them.
That is quick. Yeah, that is I feel slippery. I feel slink. That is, yeah, that handle's nice. I'm gonna do another one. It's not even necessarily the speed, but I'm just like chilling.
Yeah.
Aerobic. I think if you can speak in complete sentences during a 1K, that bodes well. So I'm gonna sing underwater. I'm gonna sing Marvin Gaye or Barry White. I think it's not just the speed, but it's the stroke rate. I swear I'm taking far less air. Worth noting is this is the Norseman, so it's made for the Norseman triathlon, which is notoriously cold. So I can't wait to actually trial this in some cold conditions. Okay, this is gonna be rapid, maybe. Oh, it's not as deep as I thought. Whereas right now, swimming in a pool, I'm doing this so I can see split times and control the variables. But for want of a better term, I am cooking my potatoes. That is a phrase that my good friend Jer Kennedy, ice swimming legend, said when I was in Tresemino. He was like, I think it's like 37, 38 degrees in the shallows. Ross is cooking his potatoes. I'm cooking them now. It's so crazy. We were just talking about this, me and James, but I think what's so interesting is with a wetsuit, it's not necessarily quicker, but I'm more buoyant, so I'm cruising easier. So that I'm looking at the split times. That's so interesting, just because it's not necessarily the speed. It's easier to cruise. My stroke rate is so much better. With the wetsuit, it puts you in a more buoyant position, obviously, and I think that's always quite pronounced with me because obviously I'm about like 92 kilos right now, so the added buoyancy really helps me. It's a completely different stroke. And I'm not fighting the wetsuit. I think that's the key. So when swimming without a wetsuit, you're just really rotating, you're ripping through the water. Whereas here, because I'm sitting higher in the water, it's learning not to fight it when rotating and just embrace the fact you're more buoyant and you're gliding. So it's really, really interesting. But also with the mobility in the shoulders, they've designed this just brilliantly. It's just, and this is what I love. Alex, one of the co-founders, he's just a specimen himself, and Jordan as well. Like all of the guys who work there, they understand triathlon, they understand swimming. This is amazing. I'm just like a kid. I'm just gonna be playing in this all day. It's so comfortable. I think that's the other thing. I mean, I'm not doing anything crazy today in terms of distance, but it just feels cruisy, comfortable, no chafing points. I love this wetsuit. Poseidon. Hopefully on screen now what we're going to show is me swimming without a wetsuit versus a wetsuit, and hopefully you'll be able to see on screen the different buoyancy profiles. I'm just sitting in the water a little bit higher, cruising easier, more aerobic, but at the same time not ripping as much like I do without a wetsuit. Also as well, I'm not even kicking my legs as much. So without a wetsuit, obviously I'm sitting a little bit lower in the water, legs are kicking, which aids rotation. Whereas in a wetsuit, I'm just not fighting it. I don't have to kick my legs as much. So it's just gliding like that, gliding like Poseidon. Poseidon. I think we were just saying as well, we still don't know, with the world's longest swim, we don't know if we're going wetsuit, no wetsuit. There's a few different options, a few different locations, so it's just so nice to have this in the back pocket if we do decide we need a wetsuit. So it's this is amazing. This has been a big success, especially because I was worried I wasn't going to fit in the wetsuit. With optimism and lubrication, we got me in there as a team. God bless you guys. With the right attitude and a bucket of lube, we got Poseidon in. Do the pecs look good?
Oh, they look amazing. Is that the enthusiasm you're after?
This is it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's where. That's all I wanted, James.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted. Just a bit of positive reinforcement. So that was, I'm considering that a huge success. Also as well, we were just chatting, I just want to be absolutely clear, like, I'm not sponsored by Deboer in any way. My reaction and everything today has been absolutely genuine, and I think what I love most about this wetsuit, the Norseman specifically, is it allows you to do swims in such adverse conditions that usually you wouldn't be able to swim. Like just really cold, brutal conditions. And if, like me, you love swimming and you like doing long distance, like I love ice swimming, and so often I'll just go in my trunks, but in reality you're doing 1-2 miles, like, you know, you're not doing much more. Whereas if I want to do a 20k swim in 4 degrees, you know, water, you need this sort of tech. And I think that's worth sort of noting, because I know in swimming, the idea of like wearing a wetsuit versus not wearing a wetsuit, it's still kind of contested. It annoys a lot of people, and I understand that. I completely, that like the sanctity of the sport, I 100% get that. But I think for some people, a wetsuit allows you to go to new locations where you just can't swim 20 kilometers in 4 degrees, basically. So that's kind of my take on it. And I think on that note as well, I didn't really address this before, but with this, it's got like a fur lining inside, which just adds to the warmth as well, which is why I am cooking my potatoes right now. But I'm so interested to take this out to a cold lake and actually see how it handles in there. But this has been a huge success, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it, because I think a lot of people will be like, £1,000 on a wetsuit, like what tech could you possibly implement for that? And I think seeing the mobility in the shoulders, the fur lining, everything like that, you understand why it's £1,000. If you, it's not, you know, if you really understand swimming and you really invest in it, and it's your passion, you'll sort of understand. You're like me, you'll geek out a little bit about a really good wetsuit. So yeah, like I said, not sponsored in any way, just a huge fan. And I think what's going to be happening is a real honest sort of critique and experiment as we evolve and try different wetsuits. If we do end up doing one of the world's longest swims in a wetsuit, this will also serve as my very honest opinion of it. And that goes for a lot of the tech that I'm using. I'll be very honest about when I'm sponsored and affiliated and when I'm not. For instance, I did a post the other day with the swimmerg that I've just installed in the gym. That was actually a present from my girlfriend as well. So that is a birthday / Christmas present. Again, not sponsored in any way. So I'll be very honest if there's any impingement in the rotator cuff and everything like that. So sorry, that was a lot. I'm just buzzing. This has been a good day. So I am now gonna swim down, relax, and then me, James, and Elle are gonna find a croissant burger.